wise approach from President Biden administration to get to that point. For us, the Palestinian issue is very important. We need to solve that part, and we have a good negotiations continue till now. We gotta see where it will go. We hope that it will reach a place that it will ease the life for the Palestinians and get Israel back, as a player in Middle East.
There were reports that you had suspended talks.
No, that's not true.
Not true. So you think, if you were to characterize it, are you close?
Every day we get closer. It seems it's for the first time a real one, serious. We gotta see how it goes. When we are concerned of any country getting a nuclear weapon, that's a bad move, and you don't need to get a nuclear weapon because you cannot use it. Even if Iran gets a nuclear weapon, any country use a nuclear weapon, that means they are having a war with the rest of the world. The world cannot see another Hiroshima. If the world see 100,000 people dead, that means you are in a war with the rest of the world. So it's a useless effort to reach a nuclear weapon because you cannot use it. If you use it, you got to have a big fight with the rest of the world.
If they get one, will you?
If they get one, we have to get one.
You mentioned China brokering that normalization with Iran. That surprised some folks. Why choose China in that role?
We didn't choose China. China
chose you?
China chose to be a broker to make that happen. No, BRICS is not about political alignments. So if you look at the G20, you have like two groups inside the G20. You have the G7 and you have BRICS inside G20. We tried to join the G7 at President Trump time, but some of the countries in G7 have like requirement to be part of that. And we are seeing that if we continue for 1 decade without being part of group inside the G20, that could really create obstacles for us economically. So BRICS is an option. They invite us and we welcome that. And BRICS is not a group against America or the West. You have a lot of allies in BRICS. You have India, you have Brazil, and you have South Africa. Those are also as your allies.
There was this AP Associated Press article that just came out a couple weeks ago with the headline that said, Saudi man receives death penalty for posts online, latest case in wide-ranging crackdown on dissent. I guess dealing with his posts on X, formerly Twitter. So one, is that true? And two, are you changing that aspect?
Yeah, shamefully it's true. So it's something I don't like.
Can't you change that?
We are doing our best to do that. We already add a few laws. We changed tens of laws in Saudi Arabia, and the list have more than 1,000 items. And in the cabinet, I have only 150 lawyers. So I'm trying to prioritize the change day by day. But we are not happy with that. We are ashamed of that. But the judicial system have to follow the laws, and I cannot tell the judge that do that and ignore the law because that's against the rule of law. But do we have bad laws? Yes. Are we changing that? Yes.
The other question I wanted to ask you is, you're a sports fan.
Yes, definitely.
Where were you when Saudi beat Argentina in the World Cup, and what was your reaction?
I was with my family. My brothers, their wives, their kids, watching the game. And actually, we just want to get out from this game with no humiliation. We get surprised.
I mean, it fired up people here. I talked to a ton of them, and they were really excited. Do you think football, soccer in the U.S., is changing the dynamic here, that it's almost another national identity?
Well, when we want to diversify our economy, you have to work in all sectors, mining, infrastructure, manufacturing, transportation, logistics, all the list. And part of it is tourism. And if you want to have tourism, you need to develop your culture sector, your entertainment sector, and your sports sectors, because you need to create a calendar. And we can see tourism used to participate in Saudi Arabia GDP by 3%. Today it's 7%. Sport, it used to participate in Saudi GDP by 0.4%. Today it's 1.5%. So it's economical growth, it's jobs, it's a calendar, it's entertainment, it's tourism, and you can see we are now ranked #1 in Middle East. 6 years ago, we are not even in the top 10 list in Middle East, and we are now, in 2022, we are number 10th of global visit globally. So that's a really great success. We are aiming to get above 100 million visits in 2030, maybe 150. Last year, we reached almost 40 million visits from Saudi Arabia and globally. So
You are spending a ton on sports, a lot of money. Big names that people are very familiar with, big teams, big facilities. What do you say to the people who charge that that's part of sports washing, that you're trying to use all of that to somehow improve or somehow affect your image in the
Well,
world?
if sport washing going to increase my GDP by 1%, and then I will continue doing sport washing.
You're okay with that term?
I don't care. I have 1% growth of GDP from sport, and I'm aiming for another 1.5%. Call it whatever you want. We're going to get that 1.5%.